Has got himself on the board with 3 there.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together, one setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Chandler with the screen on Kid Gilchrist. Back to Rondo. Nowitzki outside. Dallas moving it around.
That's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to, I think, tone it down a little bit at the defensive end.
That's his second personal foul. 15 foul.
Okay. Chandler Parsons, a second-round pick by the Rockets out of Florida back in 2011. Steve, what a find.
Yeah, I mean, from day one, he looked ready to play at the NBA level. I mean, the speed wasn't too much for him. His skill level translated beautifully. And he's improved every season. His three-point shooting is getting better, but the ability to do so many things makes him a very effective player.
No good on that one.
And Parson, he's 6'10", maybe 6'9". 6'10" might be a stretch, but he's a good athlete, has a tight handle. I think the more open style of play in the NBA suits his strengths as a player who likes to attack in transition and is able to get to the rim and has a really good basketball IQ, too.
Plays with great confidence.
He really does.
Harris against Harris. Clock at 6. Harris, right side. Fade away. They get a hand on it. It's Henderson on the wing. And another 3 for Charlotte.
Really good performance so far on the boards for this club.
Boy, I like the way they've done a great job carving out space under the... basket when the shots have gone up.
And Chandler likes to play in the move, even in the half court.
Looks like someone stole your puppy.
Yeah, man. Shoot, we had that in our back pocket and let it get away.
Yo, remember back on the bully when cats used to harmonize like, yo, my men and my women.
We are live. It's a Thursday night presentation here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. We'll also be hearing from our friend Dorsberg from the sideline. For the Portland Trailblazers, they come in off a loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles.
Kevin, that game defensively was an absolute nightmare. They went into that building and just got blown out by a very hot team.
Well, they didn't defend those shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started rocking and thumping and bumping, things only got worse.
And it's the Mavericks to start out. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. And so here is Dallas. 8-point game. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
Here's Lillard after Rajon Rondo's bucket. And Batum kicks to Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Baseline J on the way. Misses off the right iron.
Amar'e Stoudemire still an efficient scorer attacking the rim. The problems have been at the defensive end of the floor where last season he fouled 4 times more than he blocked a shot. Not a great ratio. So he's got to continue to work defensively.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Harris is checked in, and Dallas also making a switch. Harris checked in. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what Terry Stotts had to say in his huddle. He talked mainly about the offense he wants to see them implement. And with all their emphasis on ball screens, you can expect them to be running a pick-and-roll offense for most of this game. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. Well, it hasn't been pretty so far, but with those changes being made and the game plan still in the opening stages, they could easily turn things around. Kevin?
Thanks again, Doris. Now Harris. After Devin Harris's three-pointer that didn't go. And the basket by Harris. And Amar'e, he's owed around $45 million over this season and next.
And that's a huge contract. Still a great scorer, but as we discussed, he's got to defend at a better level and rebound at a higher rate to command more minutes on this team, and we'll see if he can make that happen.
Lillard outside. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Kevin, let's look at the Trailblazers to see how they're doing ranking-wise in the NBA. First in scoring, first in rebounding. And they're also #1 distributing the basketball. This is a team that knows how to find the open man and convert those opportunities.
And the points that they're scoring per game that you talked about is really a result of great offensive execution. I mean, this is a club that works well together. They get great looks, and they'll also score in transition.
Aflalo dishes to Kaman. Harris against Harris. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel.
Let's see the stat sheet here on J.J. Barea. How this season has been coming along for him. He's putting up 10 points a night, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Looking at those numbers, you'd probably say, yeah, that's about what we'd expect out of him.
Which isn't really what any player wants to hear. I mean, you don't want to meet expectations. You want to underpromise and overdeliver. You want to exceed expectations, and maybe we'll start to see him do that shortly.
Jarrell Wright's checked in for Damian Lillard.
Jarrell Wright.
Poked away and stolen by Kaman. Harris with it. His last outing, he had 8 points. From 6 feet. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And let's run down for you the top 3-point shooting point guards in the league this season. You look at Barea. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
His first job is to orchestrate for his teammates, but being as fantastic as he is at shooting the 3, he's never reluctant to take that shot if it's available to him.
Nor should he be. I mean, I tell you what, I would give him the green light every time down, although he probably already has it.
So he comes up empty, missing both.
It's interesting that the Mavs almost exclusively build through free agency. Now, they make draft picks, but they always seem to have a hand in free agency come July.
Now here is Harris. A 14-point game for him in the win against New Orleans.
Coach Rick Carlisle is really a competitive guy. He's hardworking. He brings a razor-sharp intensity to the job. A former NBA player himself, but he's not what you would call a player's coach. At least he doesn't fit that description as we've become accustomed to hearing it applied. He's not buddy-buddy with this guy. He is clearly all business.
And he's good on the second. And Steve, when you played, was that important really to have a coach who really connected with players on the floor, or was it all about business?
No, I think it's important to connect with your players on a personal level. You need to get to know them, and they need to get to know you. There's got to be a healthy amount of trust for the relationships to work.
Barea, no good.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
On its way from a follow for two. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. The Mavericks on top. They lead by 12. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
And the defense has been building this lead. They've really clamped down hard.
They've done a nice job, Steve. I think challenging every shot, a hand up on every shot.
On the floor for Dallas, Stoudemire out there with Aminu. Then it's Ellis. Then there's Felton. And it's Barea in at the point guard position.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Well, if you're doing enough good things and you're maintaining at least a slight edge on the boards, you're usually going to be in pretty good shape.
Here's Harris. And he converts the layup. Harris has got the first basket of the second quarter for Portland.